Hello everyone. I hope that you have understood all the concepts that we have learned in previous sessions. Now this is our session number 5, and in this session we are going to learn about structure and functions of cell wall and nucleus. Okay. So in previously what we have learned? We have learned about plasma membrane, which is the outer layer of cell. So similarly, there is a cell wall. So we can say that cell wall is an additional layer in plant cells outside the plasma membrane. Got it? What is the cell wall? The additional layer, and which is present outside the plasma membrane. Means we have learned that in plant cell there is cell wall, and in animal cell there is a plasma membrane. Okay, so that is a difference. But why not the cell wall is present in the animal cell, or why the presence of cell wall in only plant cell? So there is a reason behind this. Now see, if there is a extreme condition outside, means in the environment, if the lightning is there, then strong wind is there, heavy rain is there, so what will happen with animals and plants? See, in the forest, if like that condition is there, so the animals can move and take shelter. What about the plants? Can plants move from their position? In a strong wind, in a heavy rain, animals need shelter. So they can move, they can find shelter. But in that condition, in that extreme condition, plants cannot move. They have to stand at their position. So whatever the condition is happening in the environment, that can affect the plant. So who will protect the plant from these extreme conditions? Yes, the answer is cell wall. And that's why the cell wall is present in the plant cell, because for protection. Animals, they don't need protection, means they can move, they can find out their protection. But in case of plant, they need some protection from the extreme condition, from the outside environment, and that's why there is a cell wall. Got it? Now see the location of the cell wall, or where is cell wall present. So you can see here, this is the additional layer here, which is called as a cell wall. Got it? Yes. Now what is the structure of the cell wall? Like the plasma membrane is made up of lipids and proteins, the cell wall is made up of cellulose. Okay, and the cell wall is actually a rigid layer, not like a plasma membrane. Plasma membrane is like our thin paper, a thin single paper, but the cell wall is a rigid layer. And what is the function of the, what are the functions of the cell wall? So whatever the shape of the cell is there, so that is because of the cell wall. Means cell wall helps to maintain the structure and shape of the cell. And the second is what that we have learned through this condition, through the case study, that is it protects plant cells from any injury, any physical injury. Means like the extreme conditions that happening in surrounding, so that cell wall will protect the plant cell from these physical injuries, from the extreme conditions. Okay, so like that there is a structure and some functions of cell wall. Got it? Any doubt? See, from today onwards, means whatever I will take the sessions, for that you have to write aim and the keywords from my notes, from slide, from whatever I am teaching you now. So from that you have to write your aim and the keywords. Now what is the aim? For example, now I will help you to write the aim and keywords of this session. But from Next sessions you have to write your aim and keywords yourself. Got it? So the aim of this session is to learn about structure and functions of cell wall and nucleus. And what you will write in the keywords? Whatever the important part of their, like vacuole, chloroplast, cytoplasm, nucleus, cell wall, mitochondria. So these are your keywords. Got it? Okay. Now whatever I have told about cell wall, that you have to write in your notebook. Already I have given here the notes, but still you have to write a notes according to the location, structure and functions. Means where is cell wall present, what is the structure of cell wall and the functions of cell wall. So here I have written, but still you have to write your own notes. So cell wall is the outer hard covering of the cell which maintains the shape of the cell, and the cell wall is generally made up of cellulose. So from these 2 points you will get the structure and function. Next is that there is one process that happening with cell wall, and that is plasmolysis. Now what is a plasmolysis? So in previous session we have learned 3 types of solutions, that are hypotonic, isotonic and hypertonic. So what is happening in hypotonic solution? Their concentration of water is higher in the solution than the concentration of water in the cell. So in result what we will get? Yes, the cell swells in size. Opposite to that, there is a hypertonic solution where the cell shrinks in size. Okay. So according to that, there is one process in which either cell loses water or absorb the water. Okay. So what is a plasmolysis? So plasmolysis is a process in which the contents of the cell that are away from the cell wall shrink or contract when a cell loses water due to osmosis when it is kept in a hypertonic solution. So when plasmolysis will happen? When cell loses water. What? When cell loses water, because we are keeping that cell in a hypertonic solution. Okay, hypertonic means what? Hypertonic means concentration of the water in the cell is higher than the concentration of water in the solution. Means in the cell high concentration of water is present, and because of that, cell loses its water, and that process is called as plasmolysis. And because of the plasmolysis, the cell wall retains the structure of the plant. So see what is actually happening in a plasmolysis. See, we have learned that cells swell or shrink depending on the concentration of water in their external environment due to osmosis. Okay, in osmosis 3 types of solutions are there. Means either cell shrinks or cell swells. Okay, either shrink or contract or swells. So 2 conditions are there. So for animals it is easy to move to a favorable environment. But what about the plants, fungi and bacteria? They need extra protection, and that's why they have cell wall. Now what is happening in plasmolysis? So when in hypotonic solutions like extreme rains, that we have discussed, that the plant cells absorb water by osmosis and swell to the point of bursting. But the cell wall exerts pressure back on the cell membrane to help it retain its structure for longer. See, in hypotonic solution, the concentration of solution is more, and that's why there is a pressure on the cell wall. But cell wall exerts the pressure back on the plasma membrane. For what? To keep the shape of that cell as it is. But in case of hypertonic solution, the concentration of water in the cell is higher. So cells lose water and the contents inside the cell shrinks. And this process is called as plasmolysis. Okay? Got it? Yes. Now the next question I have given here, that can dead cells absorb water? So it is not possible to absorb the water by dead cells. So the answer is no. And another question that we have discussed now only, that how plants, fungi and bacteria can exist in hypotonic medium. Means in extreme conditions also they can present as it is. So plants, fungi and bacteria exist in such situations because of their rigid cell membrane. Okay, even if the cells swell up, the cell membrane is able to prevent them from bursting out. Got it? The functions and structure of cell wall. So you can see here the diagram of the cell wall. Now next is about nucleus. So what is a nucleus? So as I have written here, nucleus is a prominent organelle present in the cell, which is the controlling center of all activities of cell. So as we know that we are also having a controlling center. So can you tell me that? What is that? Yes, our brain. So our brain is controlling all the activities of our body. So like that, there should be also a controlling center, and that is performed by nucleus. Okay, so you can see here this part is called as a nucleus. Okay, which is embedded in the cytoplasm. Now what is the cytoplasm? That we will see afterwards. Just remember that in plant cell, outer layer is cell wall, inside that plasma membrane, inside that many organelles are present. But the medium means here, like if the room is there, see, the wall means your cell wall. Okay, inside that whatever air is present, so that is your cytoplasm. Okay, but cytoplasm is not present in the form of air, it is actually a fluid. Okay, like honey. Okay, so in that honey like structure many organelles are present, and the honey like structure is your cytoplasm. So that we will see afterwards. Now just focus on the nucleus. So what is a nucleus? So nucleus is present, means embedded in the cytoplasm, and which is the controlling center of all the activities of cell. So what is the structure of the nucleus? So you can see here, this is nucleus. Okay, so it is a dense and spherical region in the cytoplasm, which having a double membrane structure. Okay, means there are pores in the membrane. So you can see here some pores, and double membrane means what? Double coating is there. Okay, so that is the structure of the nucleus, and the functions are important as it controls the cell's activities such as the growth of the cell or the reproduction, means the division. So all these activities are controlled by the nucleus. Okay, and the another important function of the nucleus is it stores genes that are responsible for the transfer of characteristics from parents to offspring. So you have learned about genetics. I think maybe you have idea about genetics. See, we are look like our parents. So because of what? Because of genes, because of DNA. Correct? So like that, the nucleus is storing the genes. See, some features of us are resemble like our parents, means maybe our nose is like our father, our hair like our mother. So whatever the characteristics are there that we are showing, that is because of our parents. Okay, means they are passing some genes while means at the time of birth. So like that, means if the rose plant is there, from that rose plant we will get rose plant only, no, or roses only, not the apple or oranges. So like that, the genes are responsible for characteristics that we are showing, and that genes are stored by this nucleus. Got it? Okay, so see the structure of the nucleus. So nucleus has a nuclear membrane which covers it at all around. There are pores present on the nuclear membrane that allow movement of substances in and out of the nucleus. As our brain required some things, this nucleus also required some things. Okay, and that substances will in and out from the nucleus. That is because of the pores present on the nuclear membrane. And there are chromosomes, the rod-shaped structure present in the nucleus which contains genetic information. As I have told that, the DNA. Okay, deoxyribonucleic acid. I hope that you have idea about this. Okay, and that's why I am not giving any other information or the detailed information about this. Got it? When there is a topic of genetics, we will see in detail, but no need to go in detail about this. Only you have to learn the structure and the functions of the nucleus. Got it? Okay, so the chromosomes are rod-shaped structures that present in the nucleus which contain genetic information. Okay, so I will send you the images of the DNA, proteins or the chromosomes and how there is a reproduction. Okay, but this information is not given in your textbook, means like that in detail. So just remember the structure and functions. So additional I have given here about the chromosomes which are of two types, that are DNA and proteins. So DNA are responsible for organizing and constructing new cells, and the proteins which helps in packaging and condensation of DNA. Just remember that. What are that we will see afterwards in the genetic part. So chromatin and nucleolus, these things are also present in the nucleus. So what are the chromatin? So these are the thread-like structure that present in cell, and this chromatin organizes itself into chromosomes whenever the cell is about to divide. So when there is cell division, as we have learned in the cell theory, the origin of the cell is from single cell, then there is a duplication. So that is because of the chromatin. And the nucleolus means you can say that it is the brain of the nucleus. See, nucleus is the brain, but here means what I can say that nucleolus means, see, our head, inside that brain is there, then the small brain, big brain, like that concepts are there, correct? So like that, the nucleolus is also an important part of the nucleus, which is 25% of the volume of the nucleus. Means if the nucleus is of 100 gram, from that 25 gram is about nucleolus, which consists of proteins and RNA, that is ribonucleic acids. Okay, So don't go in deep, just remember the nucleus, what is the structure and functions. Again and again I am saying, don't go in detail, but you should know that the nucleus is a controlling center of the cell, and because of the nucleus there is a cell division, because the chromatin, chromosomes, DNA, proteins, all the things are present inside that. So got it? Got it? Okay. Now because of the nucleus, again there are two types of organisms, which are prokaryotes and eukaryotes. See, sometimes cells don't have well defined nucleus. See, if maybe you have seen that some children are having some disability, means only the age is increasing, but the mentality of that children is like a little small girls or small boys. Okay, small girls or small boys, means if the age is of 20, 21, still they are behaving like the 10 years old boy or 10-year-old girl. Means what? Something is genetically happening in that body or like that. So their body is not working properly. Means what? Actually their brain is not working properly. Okay, we can say that, not 100%, but like that. So when there is a absence of well defined nucleus, okay, means they don't have any nuclear boundaries, so that are known as nucleoid. And from that there are two types of organisms, which are prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Okay, so prokaryotes means what? The organisms which don't have definite cell membrane. They don't have cell membrane, they don't have the outer boundaries. Okay, and that are prokaryotes. And the organisms which are having well defined nuclear membrane are called as eukaryotes. So tell me, the human being is in a prokaryotes or eukaryotes? Very good, we are in a eukaryotes organism. So see, I have given here the difference that you have to write down in your notebook. So take the screenshot and write down this table in your notebook. Okay, so see what is the main differences between the prokaryotes and eukaryotes. So there is no presence of nucleus, means nucleus is absent. Here nucleus is present. Here single chromosome and here multiple chromosomes. Okay, chromosomes are responsible for genetic information. Then the prokaryotes undergo asexual reproduction. So I think in 8th standard you have learned about the reproduction. Okay, so what is the sexual, asexual? You know that. So the prokaryotes undergo asexual reproductions. Okay, means they don't have two gametes, means female, male, they don't have. But in the eukaryotes they undergo in a sexual reproduction. Okay, sexual as well as asexual. Okay, the space is there. Sexual as well as asexual reproduction. Then prokaryotes, generally unicellular organism. What is the famous example of unicellular? Yes, amoeba. And the eukaryotes are multicellular. Here no membrane bound, here the membrane bound, the boundary is there. And see the examples of prokaryotes: bacteria, blue-green algae. And in eukaryotes, fungi, plants and animals. Okay, so got it? So see the structure. In eukaryotes there is the boundary and the well organized cell structure, but in the prokaryote there is no boundary, means cell organelles are everywhere, they are present everywhere, they don't have proper nucleus. So instead of nucleus in prokaryote there is a nucleoid. They don't have proper genetic information. Okay, so like that we have completed our 5th session, in which we have learned about the cell wall and nucleus. So please draw the diagram of cell wall. No need to draw all this stuff here. Okay, if possible take the help of textbook, or I have shown the plant cell. So according to that, write down or draw the cell wall, then nucleus, okay, then write your notes and send the images to me for checking. Okay, still stay home, stay safe, and thank you.